Hello everybody, welcome back. We are in lesson number 40. From lesson number 36 to lesson number 38, we saw how we can create squares, polygons, circles and so on. And then in lesson number 39, we looked at this thing called the turbo mode. Now we are going to combine all of this and create what we call the interlocking polygon patterns in Scratch, right? So let's, the meaning of this will become clear as we go on. So let's get started. I'll take you back to the code that we are done to write a square, right? So I'll first turn off the turbo mode so it becomes a bit more clear. Basically, I'm saying repeat 4 times and turn 90 degrees. That's because I want 4 sides and I want 360 by 4 is 90, right? So I'll move by 100 steps. Now if I did this code, notice my sprite, as we had seen, creates a square, right? Now for the purpose of this video, because the drawing is quite elaborate, I'm just going to hide my sprite, right? So I'll tell the sprite to hide, so everything will remain the same, just that the code will get run, sprite will not be shown, right? Now you might remember that when we did the square, I changed the direction here by point in direction and then I got a tilted square, right? So just to take that idea forward, let's say at the end of this loop, I told sprite to turn anti-clockwise by 15 degrees and then I basically drew one more square, right? Let's say I did this. So as expected, if I click the flag, I get 2 squares, right? The first square gets created here and then the second square gets created because I turn it by 15 degrees, right? Now just imagine that I repeated this process many times such that I get a complete circle of squares, right? So I get 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, so and so on. So now I'm turning this by 15 degrees and I know that 24 times 15 is 360, right? So which means that if I could somehow repeat this process 24 times, I'll get a full circle of squares, right? And that will look quite beautiful. Obviously coding this all 24 times is not a practical thing, so we will use not a smart thing, let's say. So we will use the repeat loop. I'll just say put it here. I'll say repeat 24 times. Now that's 24 is because 24 times 15 is 360. I'm putting this entire thing in a repeat loop, right? So which means it will make a square, then it will turn, right? And this will be done 24 times. If I did this, I don't need this anymore. So if I did this, notice what will happen is that I'll start seeing a very beautiful pattern getting created. And this is what I meant by an interlocking square pattern. In this case, we are using a square, right? Now I can always turn on the turbo mode if I did this. So if I did go and turn on the turbo mode, notice this whole thing will happen almost at once, right? That's because the logic is the same, but it'll get done very fast, as we saw in video number 39, right? Now there's no reason I should do only a square. I could definitely go and do an octagon. So I'll make it say repeat 8 times. I'll make this a little bit smaller so that it fits into the screen nicely. And here I will make it turn by 45 degrees. That's because 360 divided by 8 is 45, right? So if I did this, now I'll get an octagonal figure which looks quite beautiful, right? In fact, I can take this a step forward. I can say that instead of making a square or octagon, I'll make a circle. So how do I make a circle? Well, I'll say repeat 360, move by say 1 step and turn by 1 degree, right? So it alone makes a circle and I'll get 24 circles made, right? If I did this, I get 24 circles. Looks really beautiful. I can make this even more beautiful by using the change pen color, right? So what I can do is that inside the repeat loop, notice this must be inside the repeat loop. I can put this change pen color by let's say 5. So what will happen is that every time this whole thing is in the repeat loop, right? So every time I create a circle, it will be in a different color, right? And that looks really pretty, right? Notice I do this, it looks pretty cool, right? Now before I wrap this up, I just want to highlight one point that right now the way my code is, I am getting a different outcome every time because this change pen color block, right? So I run this, notice this every time I'm getting a different color, right? Different shape coming out, right? If I want to make it consistent, what I can do is that I can say set pen color to say something in the beginning, right? So I can use let's say this block. So in the beginning I can go and say set pen color to blue. If I did this, I will get the same exact outcome every time I create this. That's because I first set the pen color and only then I change. And in fact, that's a good practice to make sure that the outcome is consistent, right? So that's just a side point, but in general, notice how we use the elements we have learned so far to create this very beautiful patterns, which can be, which look really nice. Yeah, I hope you like this. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.